Andrew, you were either in on or certainly have heard the conference call today. What did you make of what Ted Wells had to say today, sort of defending his own report?
Yeah, Alex, I was surprised when I got the email he was even having that call. For an independent investigator to have to explain himself is pretty rare, and as we know, he investigated the Dolphins last year, and he's done other work. Never done anything like this. But he had to fire back, as you mentioned, with Tom Brady's agent coming out and really questioning his credibility, questioning the relationship he had with the league, and making some comments about them wanting Tom Brady's phone and not turning that over. And I think we all can understand you don't want to turn over your phone. You don't trust where it's going to go. But he made some points that I thought were interesting and maybe changed the narrative, such as they didn't ask for the phone. They asked for the agent, Don Yee, to take any communications from Tom Brady to the Patriots staffers, print them out, and hand them that. The guy keeps his phone, never looks at any personal information for Tom Brady. He also fired back that his relationship with the league has always been independent, that it was the Patriots wanting to get at certain situations with what the Colts brought up or didn't bring up. So I think it was an effective call for him to fire back and not just leave whatever Tom Brady's agent was saying out there for all to digest.
Andrew, the 4 games, which could change vis-a-vis appeal, we'll talk about the appeal process in a sec. Do you think that is just, given what you've obviously talked about and learned about this case?
Yeah, Alex, I almost think they didn't apportion it this way, but I almost think like 1 or 2 games was for the scheme, whatever he hatched with these equipment staffers, and it almost seems like 1 or 2 or 3 games of it was really for this defiance, this non-compliance, lack of cooperation, thumbing their nose at the investigation. And I would think the agent and Brady had to know if you do this, there are going to be consequences if you don't comply. But nevertheless, they chose not to give in to what the investigators were asking.
Andrew, the appeals process, how does this work? What should we expect going forward?
On the Brady side, they have 3 days from Monday, so it's by Thursday afternoon. I would expect it'll be filed tomorrow. And then a week before Roger Goodell names the arbitrator, which he has every right. We've been through this over 3 years now. He has every right to name himself. I don't think he will, but I think he'll name someone within the league office, and then they'll set a date. Joining the Brady defense is going to be Jeffrey Kessler, the famous sports litigator who has had success against the NFL. He's kind of a nemesis there. And based on the history of him with Adrian Peterson, if Brady goes in front of one of these Goodell-appointed arbitrators and loses, he may go to court. And this may continue beyond the CBA process into federal court, and who knows how long that could take.
Andrew, sort of big picture, the National Football League, whether it's intentional or unintentional, they are masters at making news and keeping all of us 365 kind of glued to our sets. You couldn't be any more in the off season than we are now, and this is one of the top stories, not in sportscasts, in newscasts. Might this be a good thing for the league? The Super Bowl ratings were the best they've been, I think in part because there was so much Deflate-gate intrigue. Now we'll talk about this the entire offseason. When he sits out, Brady, if he sits out, oh my goodness, can you imagine the interest in how they do without him, which we wouldn't really care about, and then how they do when he comes back, and can he get him back? You know what I'm saying? Is this kind of a good thing, I hate to say it that way, for the National Football League?
Yeah, I mean, a couple things. Number one, we are 3 months removed from the last game, and we're over 3 months from the next game. Yet this is, I was on, 12 radio shows, 4 TV shows, writing columns in the past couple days. So it shows how the NFL, like you said, is such a national product at all times. The other thing is, Alex, you kind of strip away all this crises, whatever it is, and you look at the metrics. The TV ratings are at record level. The TV contracts are at record level. The CBA is in place 5 more years, team-friendly, league-friendly CBA. The Buffalo Bills just sold for $1.4 billion. All the metrics are pointing north. More people watch the draft than ever before. So whatever it is, it's working. And when people talk about Roger Goodell and should he keep his job, I mean, come on. he is overseeing a thriving business, for better or worse, and his constituents, the owners, are not going to get rid of him based on these incredible numbers.
Andrew Brandt, thank you so much for your time. You're insanely busy these days and inundated with requests. We appreciate you calling in. All the best, Andrew.
Thanks so much. Good to be with you.
Thank you.